Hey everyone, welcome to this pick a card reading. I have 3 piles for you today, so you can go ahead and pick whichever pile resonates with you the most, and I'll give you a few seconds to pick. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the elephant charm, we're going to start your reading. Okay, so you have the 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the, what's this one? The 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 of Swords. Okay, so we'll start with the 7 of Pentacles. So this is sort of like an independent energy. It's like you're working very hard on your own, and you're kind of looking at everything that you've been working on. And it's also sort of like, you see how he has one foot in the water or the river or something, and then he has one foot like near close to his work and all of the pentacles that he's built up. So this probably means that you're kind of like almost tired, I guess, of working so much, and you kind of want to venture off into something new. So yeah, you really have to kind of see, like, if what you're working on, is that something like you want to continue with? The one thing you will know what it is that you've been working on really hard. Is that something you want to continue with, or do you want to try something else or take a break or something like this? Because whatever you've been working on has been successful. It has been like monetarily and in your soul successful, because the energy of this card is quite serene and accomplished and there's satisfaction to it. So whatever you're doing there was nothing wrong. Like, a lot of things were going well, and it was probably a really good endeavor for you. But now it's kind of the time to decide, like, do you want to continue with what you're doing, or do you want to change course and do something different? If you continue with what you're doing, you can always bring in new things, and you can always change your methods and change it up a bit if you're getting kind of feeling like some of it's redundant, or if you feel like, you've spent a lot of time on this one thing and there's something else kind of calling you that feels closer to your heart, then you should probably go with that. Whatever you're doing, it should be bringing you passion. It should be lighting you up. It should be helping you. And you shouldn't be doing it because you feel like you should be, or because other people are influencing you. Something that helps is to just take a day and figure out, like, is this really what I want to do? And don't let anything else influence you, and try to just take a break from talking to friends or family and see, like, is this really what I want to be doing? What else could I be doing that would bring me more joy? But if this is something that you really love and you get a lot of enjoyment out of, then I would just continue that and stay on that path, which I'm feeling like a lot of you probably it is, that you just have to change or tweak a few things within that same vocation or job you're doing. So yeah, everything's looking good for whatever type of job or monetary endeavor you're doing. Okay, and then the Three of Pentacles. So this card talks a lot about teamwork, and you have to really think about is if the people you're working with, are you guys helping each other the way that you should be? Because sometimes we don't really do the best things that we should be for each other when we're doing teamwork. Teamwork isn't always that easy, and things can go wrong, or there can be power struggles. So if you can really focus on trying to do everything that you can to help each other, and if you feel like your talents aren't being used as much as you think they should, then you have to really speak up and show people that, hey, I know a lot about this and this subject, so I could do this, and if you guys listen to me or help me with this skill, then it would really benefit everybody, or if someone maybe on your team you're looking at and you think that they're only good at this one thing, well, opening up your mind and your perspective when you look at them and think, well, this person is very, multifaceted person, like we all are, so maybe we could be using them in a different role, and it would be a lot more benefit to our company or to our project or to whatever you're doing. So yeah, you have to think about if you're working in any sort of situation, if all people are being able to use their talents and abilities in the best way and to the fullest extent. Okay, and then the Nine of Swords shows that you've been it seems like you've been really worried about this, you haven't been, maybe you've been up late thinking should I do this? Should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? You're not really sure what to do, and you're probably wondering oh man, I'm feel like I can't make a decision, and something's been really bothering you. So I would tell you to really make sure you're taking time for yourself, taking a bath, maybe lighting some candles, reading some books, maybe doing some coloring. Reading is really relaxing. So, our problems are never as bad as they seem at the time or that we think they are. So, even if you're feeling up late at night or whatever, you don't really have to worry as much as you think you do. And we all know worrying doesn't really help. But it's natural to do this. It's just that it's all about your perspective. And if you just try and maybe put those problems or those contemplations to the side for a bit and just do things for yourself, you'll find that the answer comes a lot more naturally and freely, and better. And then once you do that, you'll be able to make a decision quickly. But if you are staying up late, not getting enough sleep, going in circles in your mind and overthinking it, you're not going to come to the best decision possible, So a lot of times, really all it takes is just to let it go, focus on other things, and trust that you will receive the right decision when the right timing is for that. So just know that, I know from these these two cards, it seems like everything's going well with your work or projects. So you don't really have much to worry about. I think it's just more tweaking your perspective and your attitude towards it. And then just taking a break from it too, like making sure that you are taking time for yourself, and then everything will come together more naturally. Yes, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and yeah, have a great rest of your day. Bye. Hi, pile 2. So if you chose these 2 giraffes in this intimate embrace, then this is your pile. Okay, so the first card is the Page of Swords. Then we have the High Priestess. And then the King of Swords. Wow, so very strong energy. So with the Page of Swords, the Page is about communication, and the Swords is about air energy. So you might be wanting to make a change, but it requires communication with someone. So it might be hard for you to make this change, but it's something important. And so you found that you need to use more of an abrupt energy, and you need to be more firm with the people involved. If you have been, that's good. And if you haven't, then I would suggest trying to be more forthright with your words and how you go about this, because it is a change for the better. And sometimes when we need to make these changes, there might be other people that are somewhat involved or fully involved, and they don't really understand because it's not coming from them, it's coming from you. But if you feel like within your soul that this is the right change to make, then it's worth being firm and abrupt and maybe even short with people sometimes to really shake them up a bit and really make them understand and make them realize that you are serious, because sometimes we have to be very upright about things and aggressive, because people won't take you seriously, or they'll try and sway you in the other option. But if you show that you're really serious about what you want to do, and if you show that sort of energy, then people kind of get it. They see that, okay, if you're willing to put that much energy or to argue about it or to sway someone about it, then it must really matter to you, and it must be something really important. So I think eventually people will catch on. So don't worry if at first you have to be a bit upfront about it, because I think this is the right decision, and change does take energy. So as long as it's coming from your intuition, it's always going to be the right decision. And you just have to know that the people who are involved maybe they'll be upset at first, but they'll eventually understand. And I mean, if it's what's better for you, then you should do it, You have to think about what's best for you as well as other people. And sometimes it's okay to put yourself first. Okay, and then the High Priestess. So this kind of goes along with the change and the decisions that you have to tune into your intuition and your higher power. And I see from this card you probably already have, which is a good sign. So that means you're making the right changes because they're divinely guided. And a lot of times when we make changes that are divinely guided, they don't always make sense to other people. But that doesn't mean they're the right decision. And if it's coming from your higher self, it's going to make your life better. And you should do it. You should always do things that come from your higher self. So continue this connection and do the things necessary to stay spiritually connected. And try and quiet your mind so you can receive these messages. Maybe that's taking deep breaths. Maybe that's doing some chanting. Maybe that means just sitting, drinking a cup of tea without anything playing or without any talking. Or maybe that just means doing a mindful activity. So anything that kind of helps you just connect to yourself will help you connect to the divine as well. Okay, and then the last card is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is all about just decisive action and seriousness, because you look and you can see he's very serious, but also calm. So I can tell from this card you're a very interesting person. It seems like you kind of seize the day. You have a lot of energy, which is good. This one isn't really like, this is more just telling me the energy. So I would say stick with this energy of being very decisive and controlling, but controlling to an extent. And make sure that when you do have to give directions to other people, that you are listening to what they say too. Maybe because there's a lot of air energy here, so I would say like you can be upfront and aggressive, and you can be kind of you can be sort of directing to other people, but at the same time you don't have to go so fast. So remember that you can slow down and still get everything done that you need to, even if it takes you a little longer. But I find that sometimes when you slow down, you're more careful and you end up saving time. And also, things go a lot better and everyone's a lot more cooperative if you are more compassionate to people. So I'm not saying you aren't compassionate, but if you slow down, I find it really helps you get into the flow of life and feel things, and gives yourself the opportunity to enjoy life more. Okay, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the dragonfly charm, this is your reading. So you have the Lovers, the Two of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So the lovers is more obvious. Um, whatever connection you're in, it's blessed by the divine. It's going well. So keep having faith and trust in the divine that everything's going to work out for the best, and just sort of allow yourself to relax in this connection because it feels like it's going well. So might as well let it even go even better, you know? Maybe there's some distance right now, but it seems like you guys are always on the same page, which is very good. It's really important to be on the same wavelength with the person that you are, very involved with emotionally. So make sure that you keep that going because it seems like that's going really well for you right now. Okay, and then the Two of Wands is sort of, it's like a sort of like a archway or a doorway, and then he's holding the world. So you are very ready to start something new. It seems like you're on the brink of a new adventure, a new project, a new idea, a new approach to life. So, and it's like the world is at your fingertips. Like it's like it's all up to you, and however you want to shape your life, you can shape it that way. So if there's something new you've been thinking of doing, but you're maybe scared or you're not sure, I just want to encourage you to do it anyway. And there's no harm in trying. And if you try it and you find like, oh, that wasn't really good or that wasn't for me, then you can try the next thing and the next thing. So yeah, like if you're at a doorway to a new endeavor, it's never bad to keep trying new things and see what really works for you, right? Because the energy of this card is kind of like there's a bunch of different things that you could be going into, so it's important to like dabble in all of them and see like which one do you really like. And even if they're completely new to you, still go and try them because you never know. Even if you don't have any skill at something, you might end up really liking it and then catch on really easily to it. So yeah, that's a really good card to get. Yeah, just make sure that you try everything and that you don't limit yourself in any way. And I know it's hard now with COVID, so it's not like you can really travel that many places to widen your horizon, but maybe watching travel videos or watching different ways of living, like those tiny home videos, or reading books, or just anything that can expand your mind and open you to different ways of life would be really helpful for you at this time. Because it feels like to me this is like a book ending for you. And then you're on, and if this was your life, sort of, it's like an ending of a book. Even though, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like you're starting on a whole new book in your life, not even a chapter, like it's a whole new stage in your life. And when we're starting off these new things, maybe a new job, maybe a new pet, maybe a new hobby, you really have to open your mind and be very accepting of things and very patient with yourself. So yeah, I think one way to help open up your mind more would just be to try and do things or watch things or consume content that is different than what you would usually do, just to kind of like spur you into action and movement, into actually implementing new things into your life, you know? Because it can be a bit scary to start on a new path and really take something on. But if you kind of open up your mind first and your ideas first to it, then when you actually do it in the materialistic world of whatever you want to start, it's a lot easier because you've already kind of in that mindset of like embracing new things, expanding, and not being afraid to change things in your life. So yeah. And then for the Ace of Swords, this card literally means like powerful new beginning. So that is so funny because I wasn't really like even looking at that card, but like I just got that sense that this, for you, this stage in your life is going to be a powerful new beginning. So make sure you're being gentle with yourself, but also enjoy it, celebrate it, get excited, because this is a really amazing time in your life. And I hope that you really enjoy it and cherish it, and give yourself the opportunity to, embrace all the new things and the opportunity to really soak in this time, because it's a very blessed time for you. I'm going to end it there. I know that was a bit shorter, but I feel like I got everything out that Spirit was telling me. And those are like the really important messages that I just told you. So I don't want to drag it on any more than I need to. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, goodbye.